It's interesting. You mentioned one of the things you mentioned was current and nimble, and I know, things are constantly changing. Technology is constantly changing.
Yeah.
They have to stay up to date.
Yeah.
In the last 12 months, what are sort of the biggest advancements you've seen as related to this sector?
Well, I've started to see a movement away from. There's been law firms didn't use CRMs. They used practice management software, which was basically a CRM with another layer in it. There was one company out there, LexisNexis, that owned the market. Because they owned the market, because they had the data that fed into it, the case law data, the product became old. It was a little bit closed up, and it was and basically, limited what they could do from a technology perspective. So LexisNexis knew that this change was coming. They bought a company called Future or launched a product. I forget what happened, but basically had a marketing automation tool, started getting some sort of connectors, and then started opening themselves up, which was nice. Now law firms could start looking at other technologies. And what most exciting recently is just, seeing people buck the conventional legal technology space and looking out at what everyone else is doing and saying, hey, when I was at Deloitte, I was on Salesforce and that worked really well. I'm going to try and bring that into a law firm, and we're seeing that right now. It's not just Salesforce. It's called One Place. It's got a different skin on it, but still. So that technology is changing and is advancing, and also, like every business we talk to, the buyer demo is changing, as is the thought leader demo. It's not just the older lawyers who are thought leaders in certain subjects. It's younger ones, and as that occurs, we're seeing a lot of firms starting to take chances that we wouldn't expect. In some cases, too many chances, but that it is new. So there is change on the horizon, even with all the barriers that are in place, and I think it's being driven by, in many cases, the technological transformation occurring within the firm that is long overdue, and will allow for them to take advantage of a tool like a webinar. I know I've been going on, but let me just say this. In the past, with the type of tool products that they use due to budget constrictions, due to the access of information into their CRM, many people I would talk to would literally run a webinar, not know who attended it for 2 or 3 days, and not even inform the CRM or the practice management software that it happened, because they didn't care. They just stored it somewhere and they just knew. What a traditional marketer knows is that, although the webinar generally doesn't sell you anything, you get those couple guys that reach out and then you get quick revenue, but really it's just part of the story, is that with a properly integrated program into these various aspects, the marketer can start to see the likelihood of someone who isn't a customer becoming a customer, or the likelihood of a customer spending more money with the firm based around how many webinars that they view, or based around the interaction within the webinar. They can start automating those responses and those call to actions that we know the lawyer won't do, because they'll have the data and the information in the right place. They'll know if there's four people, 4 different aspects of a company, watching webinars on a similar subject. They'll be able to aggregate that quickly and know something's going on, that they're looking at us for this. And so, with this change in technology, when done right, the marketer themselves can have such a greater impact on the firm's overall revenue, like we saw in the birth of the VP of marketing in technology and in all these other places, where they got more budget than IT does now for technology. Well, it's certainly not the case in legal. And when they can see that and they can transform viewers to dollars, I think that is going to be the most exciting time for legal marketers. They've probably been waiting for it for a long time.